Failure is feedback, not a final verdict. You learn more from what goes wrong than from what goes right. Failure reveals weaknesses so you can strengthen them. Every failure is a tuition fee for future success. Failure forces you to rethink assumptions that held you back. The courage to fail fast leads to faster growth. Failure strips away pride and shows what truly matters. When you analyze failure calmly, it becomes a blueprint for improvement. Failure teaches resilience more effectively than comfort ever could. Embracing failure reduces fear and expands what you're willing to try. Failure exposes false assumptions so you can rebuild on firmer ground. Failures force you to iterate until your ideas survive reality. Failure accelerates humility, making future learning faster. Failure separates talkers from doers by revealing who actually takes action. Failure reveals who truly supports you when results are absent. Failure clarifies priorities by forcing choices under pressure. Failure compels creative problem-solving you wouldn't attempt in comfort. Failure builds credibility when you recover and improve. Failure uncovers opportunities hidden behind what went wrong. Failure strengthens your problem-solving muscles through repeated practice. Failure helps you calibrate real risk versus imagined fear. Failure is the raw material from which mastery is forged. Failure tests commitment more than it tests talent. Failure teaches you to ask better, more useful questions. Failure strips away vanity and forces focus on a Failure gives you stories that teach others more than success does. Failure trains patience by demanding long, incremental effort. Failure exposes process flaws that can be fixed to prevent repeat mistakes. Failure reveals the gap between good intentions and actual execution. Failure reminds you that progress is non-linear and often messy. Lessons learned in defeat guide wiser next attempts. Resilience grows when you rebuild better than before. Each setback teaches a strategy that success rarely reveals. The best feedback often comes wrapped in disappointment. When plans collapse, adaptability becomes your competitive edge. Mistakes reveal the edges of your knowledge. Recovering quickly from a setback signals true grit. Testing assumptions in harsh light prevents future collapse. Setbacks force you to refine your processes. Bad outcomes clarify which relationships and resources truly matter. Failure forces accountability and reveals weak links. Learning to separate ego from outcome is a career saver. A broken plan invites creative reinvention. The scars of defeat are maps for safer future navigation. Failure highlights the difference between hope and strategy. Iteration born from loss often leads to breakthroughs. What falls apart shows what was built on sand. Failure removes illusions and demands honest effort. Recovery after loss builds the confidence that complacency cannot. Hard lessons refine judgment in ways comfort never will. Embrace humility. It keeps you teachable after setbacks. Small defeats teach discipline more than rare victories. Use data from mistakes to build experiments, not excuses. A setback sharpens your criteria for what truly matters. courage is trying again with a smarter plan. Reflection after loss turns pain into actionable insight. Don't romanticize failure. Analyze it and move on. Rebuilding teaches systems thinking better than luck. Risk management improves when you've paid the price for oversight. Avoid repeating errors by documenting what went wrong. Let tough lessons improve your decision-making speed. An honest postmortem prevents the same trap from recurring. Value the mentors who tell you what you don't want to hear. Hard losses build backbone. Soft comforts build complacency. Failures force you to simplify strategies until they work. The market forgives those who adapt faster than they criticize. Use setbacks to test your conviction, not to abandon it. Learning to apologize and correct course is leadership. Failure teaches the discipline of starting over with dignity. The best leaders turn personal losses into team learning. Learn to separate pride from progress, and you'll salvage value from mistakes. Small course corrections prevent catastrophic future failures. Facing consequences fast reduces long-term damage. Turn criticism into a checklist for improvement. When a plan fails, salvage the usable pieces and discard the rest. Stretch goals expose hidden weaknesses that steady work can fix. Metrics reveal truth, trust them more than narratives. A stubborn ego will multiply the cost of every misstep. Teach your team how to fail safely so innovation can thrive. Replace blame with inquiry and you'll fix root causes faster. Short-term losses often buy long-term clarity. Practice recovery strategies. before you need them. Learn to inventory what actually went wrong, not what felt wrong. The first recovery move is admitting the problem without theatrics. What you do after a setback defines your legacy more than the setback itself. Invest in the redundancy so single failures don't become disasters. Mistakes reveal which processes are brittle and which are resilient. A culture that documents errors reduces their repetition. Use failure as a filter. Keep what works, remove what doesn't. The stronger your systems, the less likely one failure is fatal.